What's up, everyone? So now that I'm back from my injury, I've been skating every day that the weather lets me, but something I've been putting as much attention towards is training my body for skating again, because, you know, every day we go out and skate, we put ourselves at risk, and injury is such a common thing. And coming off of a major injury, something that your mind has difficulty getting over is the fact that you can re-injure yourself so easily. And it's a rainy day today, so I think I'm going to show you guys 5 exercises or 5 tips to preparing your body for skateboarding to prevent injury. So tip number 1 is warming up. This is probably the most important thing when it comes to preventing injury and skating at the level you want to skate. And of course there's a million different stretching techniques and things you can do to warm your body up for skating, but what I do is I use this foam roller. I start every session and end every session with just rolling out some of my main muscles I use for skating, hamstrings, quads. I roll out my back. And it's not very expensive for one of these things, and it only takes like 5 or 10 minutes to really just loosen up your muscles a little bit before you start your stretches. And after the foam roller, I move on to some basic stretches. And I highly recommend dynamic stretches in your routine, and what this just means is a stretch that mimics the activity you're going to be performing. So with skateboarding, this means things like swinging your leg, rotating your body, jumping up and down, pivoting on either foot, just things like this, and that'll just get all the blood flowing to those muscles you use in skateboarding and to get them really warmed up for when you actually go out to skate. The last part of my warm-up is jumping rope. I just jump rope for a couple minutes. It really eliminates that jelly leg factor whenever you start skating. We've all felt it when you just get out of bed and go out to skate and your legs just feel all cold and stiff, and it takes a minute to really get them warmed up and ready to skate. So just a couple minutes of jump rope really speeds up that process. And tip number 2 is glutes. Training them, warming them up, doing everything you can to prepare them for skating, because your butt is actually one of the most prominent muscles that we use in skateboarding. And if you're not someone who can go to the gym or wants to go to the gym, you don't want to set up a whole workout routine, that's okay. What I use is these Perform Better resistance bands, and I just use them in my workout routine, and I just use them before I skate. But what you can do is take these bands, I use 2, but you can use 1 or whatever feels comfortable for you. Put them around your knees and hold some squats while doing frontal and lateral lunges. And you can even like hop around, kind of mimic some skateboard movements to really get your glutes fired up and ready for skating. And it looks a little goofy, so you can always just do them at home before you leave for the skate spot or skate park or whatever you're doing. And number 3 is a little bit more specific. This is ACL prevention exercise, and this comes in 3 levels of progression. I used this after my injury, and it made me feel a lot more confident when going back to skating, because I was so afraid of re-injuring my ACL or hurting the other ACL. So to start, level 1 is the clamshell. And to do this, you can use a wall if you need to, because you really don't want your pelvis to rotate, but you're going to lay down, and then using the same Perform Better bands from before, you're just going to do 3 sets of 5 clamshells on both sides of your body. And on the 5th repetition, you want to hold the clamshell position until you feel maximum fatigue in your butt. So you're going to do this until you can hold it for 1 minute and feel the burn in only your butt. And once that is achieved, you move on to level 2. And level 2 is the squat. This is very similar to the warm-up that I just described. You're going to put the Perform Better bands on your knees and perform 3 sets of 5 squats, making sure that you're moving your knees as far outward as you can and keeping your back straight while you're doing the squats. And then on the 5th rep, you're going to hold it for 1 minute, just like before. And once you can hold it for 1 minute and feel the burn in only your glutes, you're ready to move on to level 3. And the final step of this progression is the standing fire hydrant. And for this one, you're going to stand on one leg and keep your pelvis from rotating. And while on that balanced leg and a Perform Better band around your knees, you're going to lift the other leg as far backwards as you can and perform 3 sets of 5. And then on the 5th rep, you're going to hold it. And again, once you can hold that position for 1 minute and feel the burn in only your glutes, then you're all set. I learned this one from @DrKyleBrown on Instagram. He's a sports physical therapist, and everything that he posts actually helped me organize my rehab program for getting over my ACL injury. He's a skateboarder, and he posts a ton of awesome facts and tips on rehab from injury specifically for skateboarders, and I highly recommend you check out his Instagram page if you want more details on some of the things I've explained. My fourth tip is pretty vague, it's just leg strength. Of course with skateboarding we're going to need a ton of leg strength, and any way you can achieve this is up to you, whether you want to work out or you want to run or whatever you can do. The one thing I'm going to suggest is something I did after my injury, and that's a pistol squat progression. A pistol squat takes a serious amount of balance and strength in each leg individually, and I couldn't do this for the longest time just because of my knee injury and because I just didn't have the strength in my legs. And so what I did was, to start, I would do one leg squats, squatting down to a bench, just far enough so that my butt would touch the bench, and then I'd get back up. And I would just do some sets of that until I was really comfortable. And then from there, I would stand on the bench and, starting at the fully squatted position, lift myself up to a standing position on top of the bench. And eventually, from doing that over weeks and weeks, I built up enough strength to do the full pistol squat all the way to the squatting position and standing back up using only the strength of one leg and your balance. And once you can achieve this, it's a really good exercise to strengthen your legs, and I added this to my workout routine, and it's really prepared me for skateboarding and helped me get over the mental blockade of fearing of injury. And my final step is just training. And by this, I mean just get your body ready for skating in every single way. You know, prepare your mind, prepare your body, prepare your muscles, your joints. Get yourself ready for whatever you're going to be doing. And whether that's just as simple as going out and skating, getting yourself comfortable on the board, getting yourself comfortable doing certain tricks so you can throw them down gaps, getting your balance right so that you can hop on rails, or just whatever you need to do, whatever your situation is, just overcome whatever obstacle you can. Sometimes mentality is your biggest blockade, and strength not so much. So just do whatever you have to do. I encourage you to do your own research, make your own plans, and do whatever you have to do. This video is just sort of things that I do to get myself ready for skating and to go out and have good sessions of my own. It's raining a little heavier now, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, but I hope this list helped you in some way, and even if it didn't, let it at least be a way to find out what does help you. And if you did find something interesting in this video, feel free to share it with your friends or whoever you want to, and keep in touch because I will be posting more skate content soon. It's been pretty rainy lately, but I've been out there skating, so stay tuned for some more stuff. Thanks for watching today, and keep shredding out there. I'll tune in next time.
Looks like I'll be worrying for at least a week. I hope I'm still allowed to show 'cause I'm a teen.